Like of all the days. And
Going 15 minutes.
All right, we're live. I love all the patience. My name is Jim Idella. Welcome back. Episode 3 of McHenry County Stronger Together. It's kind of like the Wayne's World of McHenry County at this point. I had a lot to talk about, but I have a lot of busy people that are waiting to get back to work. So I'll just jump right into it. As you know, patio dining was now open this past weekend. Pretty much every restaurant, bar, diner, brewery had to make all kinds of adjustments to their business model, and I thought it would be awesome to have some of the premier owners in McHenry County on to talk about it. So I'll bring in right now, we got JR from Parkside Pub in Huntley. We got Bonnie, Dan Hart, and John. I'll just go around the room and you can, or around the Zoom, I guess, and I'll let you guys introduce yourself and talk about the businesses that you're a part of and how long you've been a part of McHenry County. So we'll start with JR.
All right, thanks, Jim. Been at Parkside Pub for almost 6 years. July 1st will be 6 years. This lockdown, this whole thing has really turned us up in different ways. I mean, to ask the staff to do what they've done has been amazing. They're an amazing crew. I'm sure that Dan and Bonnie can attest to their crews out there, Steel Brew. But to make them, or to ask them, not make them, ask them if they want to be a part of it and still make this happen was huge. And I think the most important part to us, and I think I touched on this earlier, was that our focus, Parkside's focus was to ensure that they were able to survive and live through this and pay their bills. And we've gone extra lengths to pay them extra and do what we need to do to not only keep our customers happy, but also keep them happy as well. So now in this next phase, with the patio being open, it's just a whirlwind. I mean, we've got a full patio, almost open to close, and the to-goes and deliveries and all the other stuff that we've done. It's heartbreaking and it's stressful. It's very stressful. But the crew that we have is amazing, and I think that for them, I'm happy that they're able to start to put some money back in their pocket, more than what they're more used to, and and what can we say? I mean, Bonnie, I know you got your customers, and Dan, you do an awesome job. My wife is constantly like, why is your marketing not like Dan's? But it's all budget. I don't know what Dan does, but man, it's amazing. But from our perspective, the community had really come out and supported us throughout this entire thing, and we can't be more appreciative. And I'll tell you, it brings a tear to your eye when you can pay your bills and your staff is making it through their bills. Simply amazing, and kudos to Huntley and the surrounding communities as well as McHenry County. Thank you very much.
Sounds like you're running for president, JR. That's a good one.
Well,
I love it. No, this is unprecedented times. It's so cliche now to say it, but it's crazy. You really have to start from zero. You guys have been seasoned. You've been around for a long time. So this is kind of like once you've hit that success and your bars and your restaurants are doing great, and now you kind of almost have to reinvent everything about it. So I wanted to have you guys on. Not our show's about collaboration, so that's visually we wanted to see how these bars are collaborating, and especially the first patio once it went live last weekend. I saw anybody that was posting other bars were, congrats, let's go get it. It was really cool. I got goosebumps like watching it to see that's never happened before. That's never been like DC Cobbs is open and Broken Oar's like, yahoo, let's go get them together. That's never happened. So to see that now is really cool. We have John O'Fallon. He is with Crystal Lake Brewing, and obviously they don't have a restaurant. So there's, they have outdoor dining, so your situation is different. Obviously you have a beer garden. How did you adjust, and how long have you been around? And just tell us a little bit about your operation.
Right, so CLB was founded in 2014, so we've been around for almost 6 years. Our 6-year anniversary will be in August. And yeah, we're in a little bit different situation from a lot of bars and restaurants because we consider bars and restaurants our partners. We always, and from the very beginning, we don't care if you're drinking a beach blonde or a Slalom at our tap room or, at a bar or restaurant, DC Cobbs, wherever you might be, we just want you to be drinking local. And so we look at bars and restaurants and always have as close partners. So when this came out, it was super easy. I mean, we've allowed, we've encouraged, we have a wall in our tap room with menus where people can choose menus from and have food brought in. Duke's is the main one who, they've kind of been part of that program, but not always, and so we really partnered with them in particular, but basically, Giorgio's, pizzas are being delivered every day. For us, it's just business as normal, and it's been really good.
Awesome. And Bonnie, you had a lot of media attention. You got a lot of spotlight on you and being a spokesperson for small businesses and bars and restaurants. And so tell us, introduce yourself. How long has Broken Oar been around? And you've been around, this area for a long time. So tell us a little about yourself and then a little bit on how you've adapted to this new situation.
Sure. Yeah, Broken Oar's been around actually since 1904, which surprises a lot of people. Mike Habers owned it, my husband, for 35 years. I jumped in 11 years ago to help out for 2 months. So it's been a long 2 months. So I jumped in while he was between managers and quickly discovered that there was a lot of work to be done there. So I've been enjoying part of the growth as we've moved along these last few years, and have had to adapt as we've gone along with this. We've had to reinvent ourselves for to-go and curbside pickup, deliveries, things that we hadn't done before. We adapted, we converted all our customers over to have that frame of mind, have been quite successful at it, but now we're having to retrain the customers all over again because we're open and we have to reel back on some of those things. So it's been a challenge. Brutal's the word that comes to mind all the time, to keep adapting and changing. I think we've had to make changes about 4 times through this. And then of course the bomb drops when we're able to open up. And of course it was, when that was announced, there was a collective cheer all over the state of Illinois that we were going to be able to open again. So it was a good thing, but it was a brutal week. We usually have 100 people up and running by this time seasonally. So just last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had to hire and train 50 people, get them up and running. We're trying to get another 25 this week and then add another 25 after that to get us up to our normal 150, all the while tempering that with what our new norm is going to be, with the tables distance and no inside seating. But we consider ourselves very fortunate to be on 7 acres and have multiple levels, probably about 4 different dining areas and a lot of tables. We've been able to distance all of our tables, and so we haven't really lost much seating at all. So counting ourselves as very blessed, and I've been happy to have so many invites to speak on behalf of small businesses and just about the struggle, that people don't even know is going on behind the scenes, and all the while support our community and our staff that has been phenomenal and stay with us. So I think we're all pretty much in the same boat, and it's been tough, but it's also been very rewarding, and I keep trying to look to the light that this is going to continue to get easier and better, because boy, everybody was stir crazy and just absolutely nuts last weekend. So we're waiting for things to settle down a little bit here.
Yeah, for sure. Dan Hart,
Bonnie, Bonnie, this is JR. How was your staff during the actual shutdown, like that 10 weeks of, I mean, what was their emotions like? I mean, mine were up and down. It was a roller coaster, and Dan, feel free to chime in. I think it was tough. I mean, we talked a few of them off the ledge. We're like, seriously, we get it. You know, there was concerns about them getting sick. We put all the precautions in to make sure they did not get sick. We all made it through the 14 that we had, the core 14, and we since doubled. And Bonnie, awesome. I didn't know you had that many people that you need to bring on, but I mean, what was your staff like? Your core staff that got you through this? How were their emotions?
We just, when this all hit, we just talked to everybody. Whoever did not have a second source of income were the ones that we were going to support. We started out obviously uncharted territory, so we started at one base pay that was increased from what they normally made to try and compensate for tips. And then when that, you know, if that wasn't enough, we asked them to come to us. We kept everybody off unemployment. We continued to increase our rate until it was comfortable for them, and couldn't have asked for better support from the staff. It was, you know, I think they understood our struggle as well at the same time. So we were all in it together, and got through it together, and just am thrilled to be coming out on the other side of this.
Right. Sure. Dan?
Straight out of quarantine. Give it to us, Dan Hart.
That's right. You know, I've got a few places in McHenry County. DC Cobbs Woodstock, which I sold last year, but I'm still involved in operating. You know, I bought in 2008, so the last big financial crisis right before it dropped out. You know, we made a lot of shifts when this first happened. We started doing grocery delivery. We launched a t-shirt campaign to support our employees. I kept all salaried employees being paid. We gave them a percentage of gift cards, and we let them become the delivery drivers instead of giving money to Grubhub and you know, DoorDash, things like that. We don't normally do phone carryout, much less delivery, but we were able to get online ordering up within 48 hours of the shutdown and start running that. Some people, you know, for their own concerns, chose not to work, or they had a second form of income, or a spouse who had income, so you know, they were able to not work and chose not to, and we gave everybody that option. You know, the restaurant business is tough. It's always tough. You don't get in the restaurant business because you're looking to do something easy, so the rules are the same for everybody, and we adapted as fast as we could. And you know, as JR said, marketing is king for us, so you know, we took to our Facebook, our email, and everything else, and built out funnels, Snapchat ads, Instagram ads, everything we could do to generate business. And sure, we're down just like everybody else, but you know, we're getting through this, and we'll come out the other side stronger.
So do you think, that kind of leads me to my next question, all of you have adapted, some more than others, but there's all been business model adjustments and somewhat innovations even with how Dan was talking about. Is that something that's going to stick? Is that a new normal for you guys now, or is this just Band-Aids to get back to normal? Or now is this kind of like a new part of your business?
I mean, for us, we don't have the kitchen capacity to offer delivery, so we can't stick with it. With the amount of tables and the size of our kitchen and the way I've designed it, it's not something we'll be able to keep, unfortunately, but you know, it did help us a lot. We are going to try and keep carry out if we can do it. We're kind of figuring that out and figuring out the patio stuff. And both all the communities that I'm involved in, the towns have been great. Local leadership has been super strong. You know, Wayne Jett, you know, in McHenry, where DC Cobbs is, you know, has been in constant contact, constantly doing new things. They got the tables. I mean, they were the first people in Illinois, I think, to get, you know, community tables out. They were on the news doing that. So having that support from the community has been huge for us, you know, in all the areas. Hebron's helped out up at Hart Saloon. Woodstock has been great to deal with. So I think it's really been positive. And some things, grocery delivery, I think we're going to continue with. You know, we started doing growlers, which we hadn't done before. We're going to continue with that. So we've learned some new stuff too.
That's awesome.
I got to tell you, Jim, you know, so our extended beer garden, expanded beer garden only opened up on Friday, and I've been working, you know, the host stand and everything. I would say about 50% of the people, when they leave, they say, you got to keep doing this. This is awesome. You know, they love the outdoor seating, the expanded outdoor seating. So it wouldn't surprise me if we end up, you know, next summer having that space that we've currently sort of stolen from our parking lot if we end up redoing that permanent as an outdoor seating area, because that's been a really positive experience for our people.
That's awesome. So they had, I saw in the paper that the city approved you to be able to do that. Is that like a temporary thing, or is that a permanent thing that they?
It's what they've done is they approved us on a 30-day basis, but it auto renews every 30 days until things change, until the guidance from the government changes. We're in a position where I think we could probably get that area done more permanently. Right now, we use sort of barrels as fence posts, and we have sort of temporary, which is actually working out fine. But if we were to make it permanent, obviously we put in more permanent structures around the perimeter and permanent lighting and everything. But I think we might do that because it's really been a hit. People are really enjoying it.
That's awesome. And who would have thought it took that to think of that?
Well, we had a tiny little beer garden up until now, and it was fine. But yeah, people are really fans.
That's awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are so crazy. We're up with our 15 minutes. I'll start with you, JR. Is there anything you want to say? Everybody's been to all of your places multiple times, and they all love your places, which is why I wanted you all to be on. So I thank you guys for doing that. Do you have anything to say to other bars or restaurants that are struggling, or to the people that are watching that come to Parkside all the time?
Be courteous, be kind. Us as an operation have changed completely. We're doing our best to do what we can to accommodate for all the staff, for our customers as well as the staff. Just be courteous. Give us time. It hasn't been easy, and I can't express that enough. It's just amazing that we have the support that we have in our local communities. Dan and Bonnie have done great jobs, and Seal Brew, you're on our tap handle, so you get it. So we just want everybody to know that have patience. I can't tell you if delivery is going to continue with Parkside or if the takeout is going to go, but I'll tell you right now, we have no room in our facility to accommodate the volume. So we're doing our best, and when we move through these phases, we're going to try and figure out what we can and cannot do. But some of the delivery and some of the to-go pickups are just, they may become less existent, only to suffice what the volume that we're trying to put out. So Parkside Pub itself, obviously staple in the community, TTF, we get it, everybody's trying to put that together, and we love it. We love the publicity, Chicago's best, all that good stuff. But with that said, we don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know, Bonnie, if you've heard anything, but I think at the end of the day, we're all small business, and I got to feed my family, and everybody else has, and more importantly, I think it's our extended family at Parkside that we want to make sure they're fed first too. So that we've done a good, and I think and it shows. So when you come to Parkside, I'm sure it's going to show over at Bonnie's at Broken Oar. And anyone at Dana Hart's, establishments, I think that it's going to show that those customers are going to appreciate, and they know the staff is just going to kill it and make it happen. So
absolutely, that's why you guys are successful in the first place.
Hopefully, phase 5 happens soon, but I don't see it. This governor is dead set on it, and no, I don't want to knock him, but because I'm thankful, I'm grateful for what we have now.
Totally.
But
I have to cut you off, JR, because we're on a time-sensitive thing. All that is amazing. Please go check out Parkside Pub. Turkey Tusco Festival is obviously a staple. Dan Hart, I know you have to go. Do you want to say anything? Any message or anything that you want to tell people about being patient, or just about your place?
Just everything JR said, and support your local bartenders and servers. This is what they do for a living. Shop local. go to all these great people's places and tip your local bartenders and servers.
Amen, Brother Dan. Bonnie, what do you have to say?
Oh, just much the same. I have to say the customers and the community that have come out since we've opened back up have been phenomenal in taking care of the staff and everything. So we're happy to see it, and I hope that everybody's spreading the love everywhere they go right now and taking care of all of those staff members that were diligently working to help support the businesses and keep them open, and now it's our turn to take care of them.
Absolutely. John, anything to add from Chris Lake Brewing?
More along the same lines. I guess the one thing is, when you go to one of these places, no matter where it is, and you're asked to follow certain safety procedures, for you it might seem overzealous, but think about our staff. Our staff are coming in contact with hundreds of people a day. And so for you to wear a mask, on your way to a table or to a bathroom or whatever the security measure is, just keep in mind that we're trying to keep you safe, but we're also trying to keep our staff safe. And our staff interact with so many people. So just respect those policies and give them a break, and we'll all get through this together.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. Good luck with everything. Obviously, we're going to be supporting you and helping I play Modern Day Romeos and Jimmy Justin, so I've played all of your establishments hundreds of times. So we're all family, and hopefully we'll get through this together. Thank you guys for taking time out. I know you're crazy busy, and you got to get back to the podium and bussing right now because John's helping the shorthanded staff. So thank you guys again for hopping on. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
This week, we're going to look at Woodstock's own Phoenix Woodworking, whose name literally came as their company grew from the ashes. So take a look at this.
I'm Sandra Pierce. I own Phoenix Woodworking here in Woodstock. I was born in Woodstock. I went to school in Woodstock. I got married in Woodstock, and I built my building in Woodstock. So my whole life has been wrapped around the community of Woodstock, Illinois. Phoenix Woodworking is a manufacturer and fabricator of custom commercial cabinetry. We work with hospitals, we work with schools. Everything that we do is custom, one-of-a-kind pieces. We have been in business for 24 years and look forward to continued growth in the Woodstock and McHenry County area. In the past, I have been on the board of directors for Family Service and Community Health Center for 17 years. I have been on the McHenry County Workforce Board for longer than that. I've been on the McHenry County College Foundation Board, a member of the CASA Board, a member of the RAU Board for Performing Arts, and a member of the Woodstock Business and Professional Women. These are all organizations that need help, and they are all organizations that help my community become a better one. 24 years in business doing custom work has been really rewarding for me personally. We work within about a 60-mile radius of our plant here in Woodstock, and I can drive by McHenry County College, I can drive by high schools, I can drive by the country clubs, I can drive by the administration building, I can drive by the government center, and I can know that I've had a part in building my own community. Right now, we're working on renovation projects for McHenry County College, and we're working on Swedish American Hospital. We're working on 4 floors of that hospital in Rockford, another local project, and we're working on Fairview School. We're very proud to be working with McHenry County College on this project because we do tours of their classes so that people can walk through the shop, see our manufacturing processes, share what we're doing, and show how you can use your talents, whether it's engineering type of talents or even art. We like to say here that it's very difficult to tell when the woodworking stops and the art begins. And all of our projects are one of a kind. There's nothing else like it, and they're very unique. So for young people coming in, like our high school tours and our college tours, they can see how their talents can grow into a lifetime career. Being in a community like McHenry County is not just having a fabrication shop and building the community through woodworking projects. It also means building a community of friends and people. The COVID virus is something that has really scared both myself and my employees as well. And as a group, we talked about how we would address the issue, whether we should work, whether we should stay at home, how should we handle this with a group. And what we decided to do was to take care of ourselves and make sure that we isolated ourselves. I've dedicated an employee to wash every door handle every day, in fact, multiple times during the day. We all wear masks, and we make sure that we come to work, we get our job done, and we go home. It's important to me that I keep my employees safe, and I look for the safety of my community as well. I think that we are all in this together, and we're all working hard to protect ourselves, our family, and our entire community. We can all get through this if we work together.
We want to give a shout out to all the teenagers that have been waiting months to get their driver's license because the DMV has been closed due to COVID. So needless to say, this weekend it opened up, and after waiting that long, a huge line didn't faze them. However, the parent in this picture doesn't look as enthusiastic. Anyways, congratulations. Be safe because no one's been driving for 3 months, so it's basically like everyone got their license again, so be careful. And in case you missed it last week, we have a community poem that's being put together by the Atrocious Poets in Woodstock, but the poetry is going to be submitted by you. So here's a little bit more about it.
Hi, I'm Sophie Julin of the Atrocious Poets. We're a Woodstock-based nonprofit poetry collective, and we believe in the power of poetry to bring our community together. Over the next few weeks, we'll be creating a collective poem with McHenry County Stronger Together to capture what this moment feels like to all of us. Here's how it works. We ask you some questions, you give us your answers. Then a team of Atrocious Poets will use your words, images, and experiences to create a community poem, which we'll share with you here. Click the link in the description of this video to get started.
On May 30th, former Army combat medic, Woodstock firefighter, and paramedic Ryan Main set out to run 80 miles in a row, or 130 kilometers, to raise awareness for the 130 firefighters that died by suicide in 2019. Ryan and his wife Danielle created this fundraiser called Run for Our Lives to help raise over $18,000 to support Illinois firefighter peer support. We are lucky enough to have Danielle with us tonight, but first we have a very special introduction for her.
Hi, my name is Brandon Tressi. I'm a firefighter paramedic here in Woodstock. I'm here to introduce Ryan and Danielle Maines. I actually started my first day here with Ryan. I was a cadet. He gave me all the insight and exposure I needed to become a great firefighter paramedic. Ryan, through his career and beyond, has shown that he has the resiliency to evolve and do what's right for him and his family. Recently, his journey has brought him to run over 80 miles straight, raise over $18,000 for Illinois firefighter peer support, and bring general awareness to firefighter PTSD. Here to speak more on Ryan's journey is his wife, Danielle.
It's just a white wall.
I like it. Danielle, we are live. Hi. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for hanging out on Zoom while we were doing the show. We're trying to do it all live so that we can interact some more. But this has been a pretty big weekend for your family and your firefighter family and the community. So tell us a little bit about it.
It has. So this Ryan's Run for Our Lives
it was totally his brainchild. He went to the IAFF Center of Excellence, and it's the International Association of Firefighters. And he went there last year from April to May for his PTSD. And that's an inpatient facility in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. We were introduced to that facility through Illinois firefighter peer support. He was calling off of work more and more, and he was diagnosed with PTSD in 2016. And we thought we had it under control. He was going to his counselor monthly. He was checking all the boxes, but he wasn't really, I think, sharing what he needed to share throughout that time. But he was getting the help he thought he needed. So before I went to work that day, I had called Illinois firefighter peer support on my way to work because I knew something wasn't right. And it turns out I was right. They talked to Ryan, a man named Jack Berry. He's a former firefighter, actually from McHenry. They actually got to meet the night of the race when he finished. Awesome. And Jack was the guy from Illinois firefighter peer support that kept Ryan on the phone while I could get home from work, and kept him from kind of going down that dark path that day. So it was just amazing. And once he returned from a month away, he said, I want to do something for Illinois firefighter peer support to raise funds so they can start training more firefighters in Illinois to be helpful in confidential phone calls and helpful with departments around the state. So he said, I wanted something big. So
how did you come about this run? This is some like Forrest Gump level running. Has he ever done anything like that before?
He actually grew the beard to be more like Forrest Gump, I think. He had run 50Ks before, but he had never run this distance. And I think for him, running and distance running is how he self-medicates through PTSD. He always loved running every day. He would go out for 20 miles a day, and that's where he would be the happiest. So I'm just fortunate that he self-medicates in such a healthy way. Totally. Because a lot of people don't, and there's plenty of help for that too. But running through his running coach, Denise Smith, actually of Smith Physical Therapy and Running Academy in Crystal Lake, she's helped him really take his training to a new level, that he was able to put together a training plan that would help him to get to running 80 miles.
How long does that take? How long is that training process?
It actually took him 21 and a half hours. We left the Woodstock Square on Friday night at midnight, and he ran throughout the night. I followed him, and he had different pace runners, mainly from the department. So mainly from Woodstock Local 4813, a lot of the guys that he served with as a firefighter paramedic in Woodstock, awesome. Some lieutenants, some people from Ornery Mule Racing, some of his ultra running friends, and even some of the Woodstock wives. So everybody was really helping. He's a part of this ultra running group called Mud out of Crystal Lake. And they were just amazing pacers for him. And I was just driving my van trying to keep up with him.
So how were you in talks with him? Were you able to talk to him at all during this, or were you just kind of like there as everyone else was supporting him? Just to, like,
I was there. I was trying to, he shared his location with me. So he had his phone on the whole time. So I was able to locate him. Okay. Pacers kind of were in contact with me. We had 9 different aid stations. So we had originally worked with Denise Smith, Dana Tress, both from Smith Running, and Joe Galley from Elgin Local 439, and Jake and Katie Beater, and even Joe Cicero. So we had worked with all these people on our board from STAR, and they had set up all of these aid stations where they're supposed to be on the race. So he always had somewhere to go. And then people volunteered to shuttle runners back to their cars and be at the aid stations.
That's
and
amazing.
We packed a bunch of, aid kits with pickles and everything that he wanted to eat. And then Ornery Mule even made up their own aid station because we didn't include them on the way back, and they wanted to be included. So they stuffed his face full of food, runner's fuel. So
how
awesome collaboration.
That's an amazing collaboration. That's I have goosebumps again. This is the second time. That's what this show was all about. And once I heard about this and how many people got on board with his vision and his passion is just, it's so inspiring. So how do you feel? How did he feel after it? Did he feel like that was the worst decision I ever made, or was he? How did he feel about it afterwards? Was he?
He kind of played Monday morning quarterback. He was, I wish I would have ate more in the beginning. Yeah. I know what I can do next year to make it better. And, everything a very gritty ultra runner is going to do.
Totally.
But I think he was so proud of himself. And he did all of this training while he was going to Alexian Brothers 40 hours a week and doing exposure therapy.
Wow.
So he was doing this from October to January, 40 hours a week, and therapy was his job. And he was, immersing himself in all of these bad calls that haunt him from Woodstock Fire Rescue District. And he's really been confronting them through narrations, and exposure therapy has really helped him get through that.
So how do you get through all of this?
He would go and run.
You're an amazingly, that's so supportive, and you're just so nonchalantly understanding. How do you feel? How are you feeling through the race, after the race, as he's going through all this stuff? Have you wrapped your mind around everything, or do you still struggle a lot with it too?
Yeah, I feel thankful, especially because with the pandemic, we weren't really sure if people would come out, if we would get a bad reaction, if people would come out to support Ryan. So after they lifted the stay-at-home order, we said, game on.
Cool.
More people can come out. We're more comfortable with safety measures. And I mean, the city of Woodstock, Mayor Sager, Jane Howe from the city, they gave us a police escort into town. Everybody was so amazing. And Black and Gray Brewing brewed us a special beer. They're from East Dundee, but Chris and Teresa Kenny brewed us a special beer called End the Stigma. Awesome. And the fact that they even did that when they were closed and they had fewer dollars,
Sure.
It's amazing, and all for making sure we give this money to Illinois Firefighter Peer Support.
That's so cool. Thank you for sharing that and explaining a little bit more about it, because I was just like, how did this even come about, and how did it go? It just looked like everything went so well. On our Facebook page, the McHenry County Stronger Together Facebook page, we're going to post, there's a video, I think someone took when he was crossing the finish line. And is that
No, actually that was Denise Smith and Dana Tress, because I wanted to be a part of it. And it's really hard too, because I'm a photographer, so I do documentary too. And so it was difficult being on the other side, but I knew it was more important that I be a part of it than I document it. So that's another thing too, using Facebook Live, I was able to document where he was at all of the aid stations. So I would get there ahead of time. So people knew to follow Facebook Live, and they were able to then meet up with us at the end. So
that's so cool.
I was talking about Dan Hart. Ryan had a DC Cobbs cheeseburger when he was in the tub cheeseburger after the race.
That's so cool. The video at the end, is that your son with the firefighter hat on?
Yeah, that's son Jude. And then my
ridiculous.
daughter Lucy, she's 4. My son Jude is 8, and they've been incredible through all of this. My son Jude is really emotionally adept at what's happening, and we would call Alexian Calm Down School. And he was really supportive of Ryan being away that much, getting kind of the help he needed. So being able to talk to kids about PTSD and why dad might be mad today, or what's going on is really important.
That's everything. That's awesome. Thank you again, Danielle. We're going to put on our Facebook page, we have the video. You have to see the video. It's so cool. And then we're also going to put links to Run for Our Lives and the Illinois Firefighter Peer Support, so that people can learn more about that. If that strikes a chord, it definitely did with me. Thank you so much for coming on
Yeah, we're
and
gonna
taking
do
time.
it. We're gonna do it next year, and Ryan's thinking about doing it in miles and not kilometers. So
Awesome.
hopefully the number goes down, but we're looking to do it next year and collaborating.
Excellent. Good luck. We'll be in touch for sure. Let us know how we can support it. We love it.
Thank you so much.
National Smile Day is May 31st.
I felt like a failure. Felt like your dreams was just out of reach.
No worries. National Smile Day is May 31st. And I founded this holiday with Dr. Tim Sterneman in 2018 with the mission of making an extra effort to make your family and friends smile on social media to drown out a lot of the negative posts and rants. So with the help of Northwest Herald, we've put together a compilation of pictures that you submitted, and we're going to show off these smiles that your kids bring to the world. Set to the song A+ by McHenry County's own Jerome Matthews Jr. Enjoy.
I felt like a failure. Felt like your dreams was just out of reach. I know I have. Yo, but check this out. This how I came up. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. If I did, wouldn't change what I'm about. See, all I got is love all around me. Shout out to the Beatles, love is all you need. I was told that you can do whatever you put your mind to. So I put my mind to another level. I'm thinking greatness, I'm talking daily basis. Do it, be it, that's just the way it is. Ain't gonna do too much, ain't gonna say too much. Ain't tryna stunt, don't brag, boy. I'm a nut, yeah, I go crazy. And if you ask me about my life, I say it's A+, A+. I'm thinking amazing, A+. I'm feeling amazing, A+. I'm living amazing, I'm amazing, A+. I'm thinking amazing, A+. I'm feeling amazing, A+. I'm living amazing, I'm amazing. I'm thinking, I'm feeling, I'm living. Listen, put your mind to the test, tell me how you feel. If it ain't good, man, that's a bad deal. Ain't got time for stressing, man, that shit kills. You think there's no way, I think you need will. Feeling kinda lost, but now you on your GPS. Blind as a bat, but now I know you see the best. It feels good to feel good, you should run with that. Time's up, pencils down, I hope you ace that. Do too much, ain't gon' say too much. I ain't tryna stay, don't brag, but I'm a damn nut. Yeah, I go crazy plus. And if you ask me about my life, I say it's A+, A+. I'm thinking amazing, A+. I'm feeling amazing, A+. I'm living amazing, I'm amazing, A+. I'm thinking amazing, A+. I'm feeling amazing, A+. I'm living amazing, I'm amazing. I'm thinking, I'm feeling, I'm living. Listen. Thinking, I'm feeling, I'm living, amazing. I'm on, I'm turned. A, that A, great A+, A. Yeah, I'm on, I'm turned. I ain't gotta do A+. I'm thinking amazing, A+. I'm feeling amazing, A+. I'm living amazing, I'm amazing, A+. I'm thinking amazing, A+. I'm feeling amazing, A+. I'm living amazing, I'm amazing. I'm thinking, I'm feeling, I'm living. Listen.
Right.
hugs?
3 hugs.
Hugs for everybody?
I know, hugs for everyone.
Can I get a hug? I want a hug. Hi, beautiful. Thank you for the hug. It's good to see you. It's real. You can pull on it. I want a hug.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Especially special shout out to Eric Rodewald and Cinemation Studios that does all this for free to help us through. We're figuring it out every week. It will get better. We have more surprises and more stuff in store. So thank you for liking this video, sharing these videos. We've had, just in 2 videos, we've had almost 20,000 viewers. So that's all because of you. We've had a ton of support. Thank you to all my guests. Today, we have so many more surprises next Wednesday, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And I think that's all we have right now. We have a outgoing song from one more from Jerome Matthews and Leslie Hunt. I know you'll like it. It's fantastic, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Felt like a failure. Felt like your dreams were just out of reach. Felt like a failure. Felt like your dreams were just out of reach. I know I have. Yo, but check this out. This how I came up. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. If I did, wouldn't change what I'm about. See, all I got is love all around me. Shout out to the Beatles, love is all you need. I was told that you can do whatever you put your mind to. So I put my mind to another level.
Hey, remember when I said we never screw up or we're working on it? This is a great example of that. That was the same video you saw. Although the kids are adorable, we have a better video that's loading right now on our system. But in the meantime, McHenry County Stronger Together, make sure that you like that Facebook page and share these videos, please, please, please. Star 105 every Wednesday morning has been so nice to support us and promote these shows. Northwest Herald is supporting us as well. So there's so many shout outs and organizations that are sharing our videos. We want to thank them too. As this video goes, this is killing time. How was your day? All right. I'm live again. So what happens is I'll take you a little bit behind the scenes on how McHenry County Stronger Together works. I have a screen here and a separate camera for Zoom. And then I'm looking at your camera right now. So this is a live feed. I have a laptop here with my script and another one for comments. And then Eric's off on the side frantically trying to make everything smooth via Facebook Live. So you get to see a little bit behind the scenes. This is nice. We don't normally get to talk like this. So how was your day? Good? Good? It's beautiful outside. Oh, come on. Why don't you come in here really quick? Jackie Speciale and Alberto Perez. Alberto Perez and Jackie Speciale. So these are the dynamic duo behind me that make everything happen. He owns DNA Salon and Apothecary in downtown Woodstock, and they just opened this past weekend?
Thursday.
Thursday.
No, Friday.
And
I don't know what day it is.
it's all blending together. It's not just restaurants. And Jackie's with Mac Automation in Woodstock as well. She has all the connections. She knows a billion people and helps me get all these people lined up and together. And he does all of the video work, a lot of the editing, and all the teasers and everything else. Nothing's working.
I can't scale it. I can't see it.
All right. Well, we'll post it on our Facebook page. It's a song with Jerome Matthews and Leslie Hunt. It's really cute. Jerome's daughter's in there as well. But stay safe and stay connected, stay informed. We'll see you next week at 7 o'clock. Thank you for bearing with these technical difficulties. Bye now.
Thank you for watching.